Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Vicki Chats. What a pleasure it is to have you there. And I have two very special guests in the studio with me today. I'm so excited about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to introduce you to Angie Koop and Laura Dove, co-owners of the brand new coffee shop in Dyke called Joyful Java. These two incredible women have poured their hearts and souls into creating a cozy space where coffee, community, and Christ come together. Starting with Angie. Angie was born and raised in Webster City, Iowa, and graduated from high school in 1985. She earned her master's degree in social work from the University of Iowa in 1992 and spent years serving as a dedicated school social worker at Central Rivers AEA, making a lasting impact on countless students. Angie married her husband, Steve, in 1993 and has called the Cedar Valley home ever since. Together, they've raised three amazing kids, Tom, Rachel, and Tim, and are now the proud grandparents to Lucy and Logan. Rather than retire quietly, Angie embraced a new adventure by helping launch Joyful Java. Welcome, Angie. And Laura. Laura Dove has been married to her husband, Byron, since 1988. She's a proud mama of four children, Matt, Ashlyn, Brady in Heaven, and Carly, grandmother to Braden, Colton, Ellery, and Ruby, and she treasures her lovely daughter-in-law and amazing son-in-law. Laura's career has spanned many roles, from cosmetologist to business owner to home healthcare worker, and now coffee shop owner, co-owner, of course. She's a lover of gardening, camping, reading, and just about anything that involves being outdoors with the people she loves. Her warmth, hospitality, and strong faith shine through in everything she brings to Joyful Java. Welcome to the show, Laura.
Thank you, Vicki.
Yes, my pleasure. So, ladies, tell us about Joyful Java. What sets it apart?
Well, I would say, Vicki, the first thing that really sets it apart is that we're a Christian coffee shop, and
Yes.
we say that, and that our whole business plan is based on a Bible verse, which
Okay.
is Psalm 30, verse 5.
Oh,
And
yes.
it is, weeping may last through the night, but joy comes in the morning. And
Oh, yes.
so to me, that was kind of like, you know what? We all have trials.
Right.
We all have wept through the night, but in the
Yes.
morning, joy comes. And when we know the joy of the Lord, there really is true joy to be had. So
Amen.
yeah, so that is
Yes.
what we base everything off of for our coffee shop, and how we interact with people, how we deal in business. Our employees, we encourage our employees to talk about their faith too.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yay.
So I think that is probably first and foremost the thing that sets us apart.
Wow, I love that. How about you, Laura?
I'd like to kind of add on to what Angie said with our kind of our mission statement.
Mm-hmm.
Weeping comes in the night, joy comes in the morning.
Yes.
We've both been through trials and tragedies. There's really not anyone in this world that hasn't.
Right.
And we just want to show that, you know, we're carrying on and living our lives, and we want to give hope to other people when they walk
Yes.
through the door.
Right.
Maybe they walk in, you know, not that encouraged, and we hope
Right.
that they will leave encouraged and,
Exactly.
you know, more joyful. Doesn't mean that things are easy,
Right.
but together we can, you know, we hope to bring that to the community.
Exactly.
Something else I think that sets us apart is we really want to provide in our community some healthy meals and healthy options for
Yes.
people. All our food is homemade
Wonderful.
and either in our kitchen or we source it in from other people that make their food from scratch and homemade.
Mhm.
We also, the Grundy County area has a lot of Danish people.
Mm.
And so with the Norwegian theme, we carry Dutch letters. We carry a Danish puff pastry with the almond. We also carry cinnamon rolls, scones, all sorts of really delicious pastries and cookies. And then our meals are all homemade. We do a weekly meal. So I feel that sets us apart too, and just a space for people to come and visit with other people. And that's another thing I feel sets us apart.
Yes, beautiful. So what do you love the most about owning and operating Joyful Java?
That's a good question. There's so many things. To pick one is
Yes.
pretty hard, but I would say one of the things that we've only been open for a couple months, but Laura and I have talked about this. Some of the things we have noticed is just providing a space for people where they can come and be comfortable and make connections.
Yeah.
That was our hope, and now people are actually doing it.
Wow.
So just to see that is amazing. Sometimes we
Yes.
talk about, did you see that group of teenage boys sitting by the fireplace and they were talking to each other and nobody had their phone out?
Oh my
And
gosh.
so like just making those connections and seeing that has been just amazing.
That's incredible. They didn't have their phones out
Yeah.
and they were actually engaging with each other.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. Laura?
I would agree with that. And then just with all of the population, I feel like it's a place where people are coming. And something I enjoy seeing is people may come in alone and they start visiting with other people. It gets them out of the house.
Yeah.
And creates friendships. We love to visit with the people that come in, and we get to see lots of people every day that we were, getting to see. And
Right.
I just really enjoy that.
Wonderful. So when did you first know that you wanted to work in the coffee world or run a shop like Joyful Java?
Well, Laura and I have talked about it for years, probably like, I don't know, what do you think, Laura, like 10 to 15 years
Yeah,
maybe?
gosh.
We've kind of kicked around the idea like, you know what, Diker, New Hartford doesn't have a coffee shop. People don't have a place to go. And I know I've experienced like personally when we lived by New Hartford. And so when before my kids could drive to school, I would drop them off for a practice or whatever. And 3 hours later, what do I do for 3 hours? Right. I take a walk for about an hour, but then I still got 2 left. What am I going to do with my time?
Right.
Anyway, so we just thought that it would be a good place like for people to come, to make connections, to have a space for people. So when the opportunity arose one day, I remember it distinctly because Laura used to cut my hair for 20 some years, ever since I moved to the Cedar Valley.
Sweet.
And I was sitting in the chair and Laura said, I think the guy across the street who owns that building, I think maybe he would rent that space out for us. And I said, really? And so we contacted him and we went into it thinking we were going to rent the front part of this building. And then when we got there, he said, well, actually, I'm selling the building because I'm moving to Virginia. So then we had to make a decision, do we buy the whole building and do that? And so we did.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Didn't quite go as what we had planned, thinking we were just going to rent. But a lot of times, you know what? God knows better than we do anyway. So
yes, I love it. So what's your go-to coffee order and how does it reflect your personality?
You want to go first on this one, Laura?
Sure. I have 2. I really love like an iced caramel sugar-free latte with oat milk.
Yummy oat milk.
And
Yes.
another drink that I really like is the iced matcha latte. It's a green tea, so it's really healthy, and I include oat milk and some type of sugar-free. I'm kind of going with the almond lately. I really like that.
Nice.
Those are my 2 favorites.
Yummy.
And I would say mine is a little more simple and plain, which is probably kind of like my personality. I don't like anything too bold, just simple. So in the morning, I like to get a hot coffee.
Nice.
So then I'll get a hot oat milk latte.
Yummy.
And then in the afternoon, I would get an iced one.
Ooh,
so
wonderful.
Yeah.
I love that. So what's something new you're working on personally or professionally?
Well, today, actually, I was working on our new fall flavors for our coffees, which is so exciting. I do like to create things like that. I was never really good as like an artist. I cannot draw. I am not good in the art world. But I do think God has gifted me more in like the baking, cooking world. So I really enjoy doing that. So creating drinks
Yes.
is really fun for me.
Wonderful.
And in the fall, it doesn't get better than fall drinks.
Yes.
So anyway, stay tuned. They'll be coming out September 1st is when we'll start serving them. We'll probably drop them the week before that.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
I love that. How about you, Laura?
We're working on, and we don't have a lot of the details put together yet, but on September 13th in the evening, we're going to have an outdoor concert in front of the coffee shop.
Wonderful.
And it will be country / Christian music.
Oh, yes.
Live music. So
I
that's
love
gonna
it.
Be super fun, and we're working on that'll be in the evening, so we're working on the menu for that. Something personally for the coffee shop, I need to keep expanding my Danish baking skills.
Ooh.
So I'm going to keep working on that. And
Nice.
I do enjoy that.
I love it. So cool. That's really awesome. So what's on your bucket list, ladies? Business or just fun?
Let's see, my bucket list, just to keep expanding my skills, like in the coffee shop too, like Laura said, and doing that. Probably taking a vacation this fall maybe is on my bucket list. We've been a little bit busy the last few months.
Yeah, yes, of course you have been.
The great thing is having a partner, so I can take a vacation, and we kind of can switch off, and just the comfort of having a partner in business is amazing too. And so thankful for Laura for that. So we will probably my bucket list would be going to Florida this fall.
Sweet.
We went last August, and it's really warm in August, and we found this thing that we love. We like to go swimming at sunset because the ocean is still so warm. We had never done that before, and it was so amazing. So doing that again will be on my bucket list.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yes. How about you, Laura?
As far as the coffee shop on my bucket list, would just keep improving and learning new things. Neither one of us have ever been in this type of business before.
Wow.
And we're thankful that our employees, our baristas, and just kind of work with us, and they appreciate that we're learning right along with them.
Oh,
and
that's
they teach
lovely.
us things. We teach them things. We have an excellent cook, Belinda, and she teaches us a lot of things.
Yes, she does.
Because she's been in the business a long time.
Wow.
And just to keep learning, and which will help our customers, it will help all of us, and I just really enjoy that. As far as a personal bucket list, Angie gifted me with a week at the beginning of August. I always give that gift. We give that gift to our family. We go up to Minnesota for a week. So we had that scheduled, and it's a huge blessing. I appreciate Angie so much.
Yeah.
So we can trade off. And with Belinda, our cook, also, we're able to sometimes be gone, both of us at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's a tremendous blessing.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
So I don't have any huge bucket list places or things. I just enjoy being able to get away once in a while with my family.
Oh,
and friends,
absolutely.
And,
and Minnesota is so beautiful.
Yeah,
yes, absolutely. So let's talk about our pet peeves. Let's be honest. What are your biggest pet peeves?
Well, I would say my biggest pet peeve is that it'll be 100 degrees outside, but I have to wear a jacket or a flannel shirt no matter where I go because it's freezing every time you go in a store.
Yes.
And so I basically wear a jacket all year round, no matter if it's July or December, because it's always so cold inside, right?
It is.
I know.
Yes,
I know.
Crazy.
My husband says my thermostat is broken, which it probably is, but
Right.
I still need to wear that jacket year round.
Yeah. I love it. Laura?
I would say a pet peeve of mine is just when people are mean or rude.
Oh, gosh,
or
yes.
disrespectful, either to if they're in a store and the person checking them out, or person's helping them or not doing something correctly, because we're all learning all the time,
right,
and doing our best, and there's just no reason ever to treat people like that.
It's terrible.
That's my pet peeve.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. So how about any fun or funny childhood stories that shaped who you are today?
Well, I was thinking about that, and one thing that probably shaped me, maybe from my love of baking and cooking, was when I was growing up. I had an aunt who was one of my favorite aunts. I just loved her to
Oh,
death.
sweet.
And she and her husband, my uncle, they owned a bakery in Emmitsburg
Oh,
for 30
wonderful.
or 40 years, for a
Oh,
long time. And
sweet.
so when we would go visit them, and we would spend the night, and we would go, in the back of the bakery, and I would get to see how she did everything. And
Yes.
she was just so good to the customers, and she just
Aw,
loved her job. And
sweet.
so anyway, I think maybe my love for baking kind of actually came from her.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, that's beautiful. Laura, how about you?
I would say I grew up, my dad farmed and worked in town. So I grew up with very hardworking parents, hardworking grandparents.
Nice.
And I would feel they shaped me. They gardened, they baked. My aunts were excellent bakers.
Wow.
I grew up around that all the time, and I didn't realize till later that not everybody does those things.
Right.
And everything we ate was from scratch or from the garden. And I grew up baling hay and working on the farm, and I just feel like that really. And my parents and grandparents had a strong faith,
Oh,
so I really
yes.
feel like that. And they went through a lot of things too, but the one constant thing was always their faith.
Yes, absolutely. So, speaking of, who do you count as your biggest influences in life?
I would say my parents just they were just such good people. Introduced me to faith. I grew up Catholic, went to a Catholic grade school in
Nice.
Webster City. They didn't
Nice.
have a Catholic high school there, but went to
Okay.
the public school there. But yeah, just growing up Catholic, just that reverence,
Yes.
that they kind of teach you, and
Right.
going every Sunday, you should be doing
Mhm.
that too.
Right.
And now, not even just that, just wanting now to go every Sunday because I want my faith to grow. But giving me that foundation
Right.
for my faith was amazing, and so thankful for that.
Oh, that's really profoundly beautiful. I too went to Catholic school growing up, and it really shaped me. The reverence. I love that word
Yes.
reverence because I feel that in my day to day life.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Laura, how about you?
I would say would be my, again, kind of carrying on from the last
Yes.
question,
Yes.
or adding on, would be my parents and grandparents. And my
Mhm.
grandpa, in particularly, my grandmother was paralyzed from polio from the neck
Oh,
down for 35
no.
years. And so my grandfather raised his children, worked lots and lots of
Wow.
jobs to make ends meet, and
Of
kept her home that
course.
whole time. And their faith never wavered. I only I was 5 when my grandmother passed away, but I never saw her not
Oh,
smiling.
wow.
Their caregivers said in all the time they cared for them, they never heard a harsh word from them between each other.
Oh
And that
my
they're,
gosh.
and they had a lot of reasons to lose their faith, but
Of
they never
course they
did.
did.
And I appreciate that so much because they passed it down to my dad,
Wow.
who passed it down
Yes.
to me. And
Yes.
you know,
Wow.
which goes back to grieving comes in the
Yes.
night and joy comes in the morning.
Right.
You just got to keep relying on God, and there's a bigger picture out there.
Yes, exactly. So if you could be remembered for one thing and one thing only, what would it be?
Well, I guess I would just like to be remembered for having faith and being a follower of
Yes.
Jesus, because really nothing else
Yes.
matters except
Right.
that. And hopefully my life reflects that, and everything I do in my life hopefully reflects that. So hopefully,
Right.
I do wonder sometimes what people will say at my funeral. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right.
You're just like,
Yeah.
wonder what people are going to
Yeah,
say.
right.
Hopefully they'll say maybe I was made some good cookies and I was a follower of Jesus.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any better than that.
That's right.
Good cookies and Jesus.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, Laura.
I hope that people remember me as being kind
Yes,
and hopefully
yes.
generous, and
Mhm.
remember me for my faith as well.
Right. Kind, generous, and your faith. Yes, so beautiful. All right, then. So, what's your personal mission statement or the why behind you do what you do, what you do?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason like I do what I do, Laura and I didn't have to start this coffee shop by any means.
Yes.
I and Laura too, we both had other careers and were working at them. And
Mhm.
I loved my career. I loved everybody I worked with.
Yeah.
There was really no reason for me to leave my social work career,
Right.
but I just felt this calling and this nudging to go in a different direction. And if I really believe in Jesus, that my whole life needs to reflect that.
Yes.
And so the why that I do of having this coffee shop in Dyke is because I'm a follower of Jesus and I feel that he's calling me to do it. And if he says to do it, I need to say yes.
Yes. There you
So I
go.
said yes. And Laura said yes with me. And
Yes.
here we are.
Here you are, right? Laura?
So yeah, so we've talked about it for years and years. Just
Mhm.
kind of threw it out there because we like to go to coffee
Mhm.
shops.
We love it.
And part of that is because when we go to coffee shops, we're usually together or
Yep.
with our other friends or family, and we love that.
Mhm.
So, and then Angie, like she said, kind of had this vision, and she felt that God, led her to believe that I was part of it. And I said yes. And
Yes.
I was very happy cutting hair and doing what I'm doing. But we just feel like, and we don't even know what it is yet. We don't know why
Mhm.
God's called us to do this.
Right.
We've heard a lot of people say, and
Yes.
I know a lot of people have probably said that we didn't hear, but why would you want to open a coffee shop?
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that now?
Right.
You're not spring chickens. What
Yeah.
are you thinking? And we don't really know, but we're
Right.
having a lot of
Yep.
fun doing it.
Yes.
We feel that God every day is just different people walk through the door, different
Mhm.
opportunities.
Right.
That we're like, God had to be behind that. And
Yes.
it's only been 2 months.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh.
I'm just really excited to see the things that are going to happen.
Oh, absolutely. And I've just got to say, every time I come into Joyful Java, I catch the spirit of the joy.
Oh.
And there's just a vibe there that you can't find anywhere else. So thank you so much. It was so needed in the Cedar Valley. And of course, I love the female empowerment of two women doing this thing, right?
Right.
It's really inspirational. So if someone is watching and they're thinking, I'd love to try something like this, but I'm just scared it won't work. What encouragement can you give them to just go for it?
Yeah. Well, I had those same thoughts too, right?
Yes,
I'm like, this is
yes.
never going to work. Like,
Right.
I've had all those doubts and everything. And so I pray about it.
Yeah.
And I was always like, God, if you want me to go in this direction, then you need to open a door. You need to kind of show me so I know that's what you're trying to tell me.
Yes.
And it was kind of interesting that throughout this whole journey and process, like how things just really opened up and there wasn't a ton of challenges.
Wow.
Like I'm just amazed at we applied for a grant.
Okay.
We got the grant.
Yes.
Right. Like when the guy who owned the
Wonderful.
building was like, oh, I'll sell you the building for this much. And we're like, okay, sure. Like,
Yeah.
that's not a bad price. Just
Wow.
things like that just kind of kept happening.
Yes.
So I literally just kept putting, one foot in front of the other and kept praying. That's all I did. One step at a time is what I would tell myself.
Yeah.
And then after you take, 100
Yeah.
steps,
Right.
you've gone quite a ways. So,
Exactly, Angie. Yes. Laura?
I agree. I just feel that God just keeps opening doors.
Mhm.
And it's been fun.
Yeah.
It hasn't been stressful.
Wow,
We
really?
sometimes are tired at the end
Of
of the day.
course
sometimes
you
we're
are.
exhausted.
Yes,
But
yes.
I am not a morning person. And God
Oops.
wakes me up every morning,
Wow.
and I don't even mind it.
Wow.
I get to see the sunrise.
Yeah.
I didn't always get to see that
Yeah.
because I was
Right.
sleeping.
There you go.
So, I don't know. It's just really fun to see all the doors that he's opening.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just really, it's just going great.
Yes, going great. And the coffee is so delicious. Absolutely delicious. And I love the cinnamon rolls
No.
so much. They're so yummy. And I brought a couple of my clients in there because I have an editing business and they actually live in Dyke. And so I brought them in the first time. It was the first time they'd been there. Now they've been back a couple of times and they absolutely loved it.
Oh, good.
Yes, truly loved it. Another thing I love there is the it's like chicken salad.
Mhm.
Oh, it's delicious. So yummy.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give credit to
Yes.
our cook, Glenda Schillerback.
Oh, okay.
When we were talking with Glenda before we opened, we were kind of interviewing her, and
Okay.
she's such a lovely person. And she said, you know, I would love to work for you, but I just want you to know one thing. This will be a deal breaker if I can't do this. And she said, I will not open a can or cook out of a box. I will only cook everything from scratch.
Oh my
I
gosh.
said,
Are you serious?
yes. So I said, I think we can
Ooh.
do that. That's
Yes.
fine.
Yeah,
So,
sold. Yes. Wow.
yeah.
Very cool.
She's been a blessing, and she's taught us so much, hasn't she, Laura?
Oh,
Like, we just
yeah.
learned so much from her because she's
Mhm.
been in the business for 20, 30 years. And so, and once again, I just feel like God has brought these people into
Yes.
our lives like this. We pray
Right.
about it, and then people just come into our life. It's just amazing.
Wow.
It truly is.
That's fabulous. Now, if I could back up just a little
Mhm.
bit, you'd said you'd written a grant
Mhm.
and you got that grant.
Mhm.
So, where did you find this opportunity? Online? Did someone tell you about it? If someone is thinking about, I want to open a business, and where's this grant opportunity? How
Yeah,
would you
That's a
suggest
great
that they do that?
question.
Okay.
So we contacted the Butler Grundy economic development person.
Ooh.
Jeff Kolb is his name. Obviously,
Okay.
he could put you in contact with whoever's in your local area
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
knows a lot of
Of
resources.
course.
And we contacted Jeff, told him our idea, and anyway, so there was money out there for people who live in like kind of rural areas, which Dyke qualified for.
Wow.
But there's also money available for people who live in cities as well.
Sweet.
So we applied for kind of the restoration of our
Ooh.
building because it is 125 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And so so anyway, when I was a social worker, I used to write grants as well. So I kind
Ooh,
of had that skill, so I
yay.
got to use
There
that
you
too.
go.
And then it went before the state committee like once a year. So we had to wait through this whole process.
Oh.
And then we couldn't start doing any construction until we heard back either yes or no that
Oh
we
my
got the grant.
gosh.
So we had to wait for like 9 months, didn't we, Laura, to hear back.
Wow, like having a baby.
Right? Yes. Kind of like
Been
that.
like a baby.
Yeah,
Yes,
been
it
like a
has been.
baby. I love
Yeah.
that.
So then the state committee met, and then they let us know that we did get it. So then we could move forward with construction. So anyway, you can contact the Economic Development Board in your local area,
There you
or
go.
Jeff Kolb out of Butler Grundy
Yes.
County, and he'll point you in the right direction.
Wow, that's fabulous. What a success story. And I'm sure there's grants available for female-owned businesses too.
I would think
Yeah,
so.
I
as
would
well.
think so.
And
Yes.
I know your local person like Jeff Kolb would also know that too.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking about John Papajohn over at the University of Northern Iowa. They help small businesses too. So they've got that whole department.
Yes.
So if you go online and look up John Papajohn Institute at UNI, I'm sure you can find some resources there.
Yes, and we also work with Amy Dutton out of
Oh, you do?
out of the
Mhm.
UNI
I've heard
business
wonderful
too.
things
She's
about
fabulous.
her.
She's amazing too.
Yes.
We need to
Yes.
shout out to her
Yeah,
too. She's
Amy
fabulous.
Dutton. Yes, I've heard this from so many other business owners. They're
Mhm.
like, I couldn't have done it without Amy
Mhm.
Dutton.
I don't think we could have either.
Wow,
We-
there you go.
We tell her that every time we meet with her.
Yay.
Amy, we could not have done this without you.
Amy, look out. You're
Yeah.
about to get blasted on your inbox.
Yeah.
And, sorry.
Yeah.
But we know you love it. It's your passion that brings forth all these business owners to you. So there you go, Amy. Okay, so where can our viewers find you on social media and the web?
So yeah, on social media, we're on Facebook and Instagram at Joyful Java Coffee Shop, and then
Okay.
on the web, it's joyfuljavacoffeeshop.com,
Okay.
and then it'll kind of transfer you over to our Square site too.
Okay,
So
perfect. The
mhm.
power of technology.
Mhm.
Yes. Any closing thoughts?
Oh gosh, closing thoughts. We are just so thankful to be here. Thank you for Vicki
Oh, my
for
pleasure.
coming to the coffee shop and talking to us and
Truly a
bringing
pleasure.
us here today. And just it has just been a joy being able to
Yes.
start this, and we just want to continue, hopefully, impacting lives of people. Like
Yes.
that's our real mission. We serve good food and pastries and coffee, of course,
Right.
but our real mission is to bring Jesus to people and to hear the word of
Yes.
God. And so,
Right.
however we can do that, just thank you for that,
Oh,
Vicki, too, for that
wow.
platform.
My pleasure. And I've heard a number of people tell me they loved your radio commercial. And we talked about it in my last podcast. I just happened to bring it up. The woman had indicated that her word for the year was joy. And then I said, "Oh, have you tried Joyful Java?" Actually, no, but I heard this radio commercial where these ladies were talking about it and they sounded so wonderful and chipper. And I'm definitely going to go in there.
Great.
So, yeah. So, thank you for doing that with us because, every little bit, radio is word of mouth. It's just transmitted through transmitters. So, it's a fun way for you to raise awareness out there. And it's an honor and a pleasure for me to help you get known out there. And I loved coming to your grand opening ribbon cutting. Oh, that was so lovely. All the purple coats, Gross Cedar Valley, they're just amazing at what they do too.
Yes, they really
They
are.
are,
They had
yeah.
so many people out there that day for our ribbon cutting,
Yes.
and the support they provide to small businesses is like
Right.
none other in the
Right.
Cedar Valley here.
Exactly. So definitely check out Gross Cedar Valley if you
Mhm.
decide to make that jump, that leap
Mhm.
into owning a business, because they will take you step by step and get you well known in the Cedar Valley and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, ladies, thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure to host the both of you. Can we do this again sometime?
You bet. We would
We'd
love
love
it.
to.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds wonderful. Thank you. Bye,
Thank
ladies
you.
and
All right, thanks,
gentlemen.
Vicki.
Thank
Bye.
you.